Hey folks, I'm Agent Finn, also known as Alexis. I might introduce myself as one or the other. And at about 4 p.m. on the 10th, my friend Kevin was tweeting about packing to come here. And I got really freaking jealous, so I started screaming about how I needed a ticket, because I like to say yes. So I'm going to go through and talk about the things that happen when you say yes, because sometimes yes is a really, really tricky thing. And oh, by the way, all these slides happened while I was waiting for my flight from Newark to North Carolina and on to LA.
Don't be afraid, my slides suck too.
Oh no, my slides are awesome, don't worry. So my first yes started with a lie. My mother said, "Do you want some ice cream?" And I said, "Yes." And she told me that the ice cream was actually raisins covered with delicious, delicious chocolate. I said, "Yes, I want that ice cream, yes." And it was a lie because it was nuts. And I knew it was nuts, and I knew they were lying to me because otherwise they wouldn't have tried to have me eat ice cream. So I said yes to what I wanted to see, and that's a dangerous thing. Because when you really want to see something, you say yes to it because you have a dream. And you want to say yes to that dream. So then the other thing is you say yes to things that you don't know the borders of. And when I was little, when I was 5, I really wanted a puppy. I really wanted a puppy. Puppies are awesome. Do you know how cool puppies are? Well, the problem is, oh wait, I skipped that. Sorry. First, there's another thing. There's whiskey. I had some whiskey today. Anyway, so I'm going to go through this really fast. So once upon a time, I had a godmother, and my godmother would give me sippies of whiskey when she wanted me to quiet down. And then my mother took me to McDonald's, and she said, "Alexis, do you want a McDonald's Happy Meal?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "Do you want a hamburger?" And I said, "Yes, I don't want a cheeseburger, I want a hamburger." And she said, "What do you want to drink?" And I said, "I want the whiskey, please." This will get you and your child thrown out of McDonald's. So there was no more whiskey until I was older. So that's the moral to that story. So then we'll go back to the puppy, which is a much more humble story to talk about and much more happy because we all actually understand that puppies pee on things. But as a 5-year-old child who is really excited to bring a puppy to kindergarten and share that with her at school, because it's like, I have a puppy and you don't. But my puppy goes and pees on things and you don't have a puppy, so you don't have to clean up the pee. That's responsibility. That's obligation. And obligation, when you say yes to something and you're 5, you don't understand all that stuff. So, yeah. There's the other factor, which is you say yes to something sometimes to escape. Because it's sometimes a lot easier to say yes when it means saying no to other things. So, when I was, in 5th grade, my teacher at some point had said, "Oh, you should go to Chicago. Chicago is a great place. University of Chicago is a place where people learn all sorts of stuff." And so I had in my mind this Chicago. And so when I was 18, I decided to apply to UChicago. And I got in, and they let me in. And I said, yes, University of Chicago. I never thought about any other freaking school because I had said yes to the fact that Chicago was a significant number of miles away from where my mother lived. I love her dearly. She's amazing. But when I was 18, not as amazing. So then the next part is, once I was at UChicago, I was like, okay, now I have to figure out who I am. And figuring out who you are is the trickiest part, because it's easier to say who you're not than who you are. And I come from a family of 3 generations of PR people. And so what's about as far from PR as you can get? Dead people. They don't need PR. They're dead. So I went into osteology. I did the bioarchaeology of the human skeleton. I was planning on either going to Bosnia and digging up humans, which granted is sort of PR, because they needed some PR pretty bad there. Or I was going to go and just be Indiana Jones. But the issue was that wasn't really me. That wasn't really what I wanted to do. So there was parts of it that I loved. There are parts of all of these things that I was saying yes to for the right reasons. But when it comes right down to it, the most important thing when you say yes to something is that you know why you're saying it and what part of that you love. What's making your heart tick, what's making your brain go zoom, what's making you passionate about that thing, and to go in it all out. I love my puppy, I love whiskey, I also love dinosaurs. I will teach all of you to draw dinosaurs if you let me. But yeah, Go all in and say yes. Say yes all weekend. I will say yes to drinking whiskey with any of you. And that's it. Cheers.